Day 7 of working on my game Phsycho Baby. I've spent a week on working on my movement mechanics, but roaming around the map and doing nothing has started to feel boring. So I decided it's time I focus on other aspects of the game, mainly the combat. I want my game to have no rules and just explore the weird ideas we have. I have always been fascinated by action games. The most common mechanics in them are either swords or guns. So having a game with swords and guns both will be actually fun. But very few games come to mind when I think about such games. Most common being Devil May Cry and Wanted Dead. But in either of these games, you aren't allowed to actually use guns and swords at the same time. You have to choose between them. So I chose to develop a mechanic where I am able to use both at the same time. More about that in the later videos, because if I tell you everything in one video, what content will I have in the next videos? So I decided to make swords first. Now that my game has swords and guns both, either of them should have less complexity than the other. This way players can use one of the features consciously and the other one subconsciously. I started by attaching the sword to my player character. There will be only one sword in the entire game, but you will be able to up the stats and upgrade the sword. There are also cool skill tree perks I have, but they are very unique in their design, which you'll know soon. I have designed the sword mechanic in a very weird way. So, I have a box collision in front of the player. When you hit the sword attack button, the character will play an animation montage, and whoever is inside the box will get damaged, except for the player, of course. I know the animation is janky, but I intentionally removed the animation blending as it feels more responsive. It doesn't look good now, but it is very responsive. I also made it in a way that when the player is stationary, full body montage will be played. And when the player is running or sliding, only the upper body will be affected by the montage. Talking about the sliding, I attached the sword box collision to a spring arm. This way when the players are sliding, they may hit the button when they have reached the enemy. But our character is so fast that the collision box will be ahead of the enemy. Players will get frustrated, as even I did, and my family members also got irritated when they were close to an enemy hitting the sword button but could not hit the enemies. So I decided yes, the players do get frustrated and think that the hits are not being registered. So having the box collision a bit laggy and not accurate actually improves the game feel. This is what I call pseudo mechanics. Mechanics which are not told to the player but exist to help the players, just like Coyote Time. I also have added heavy and light attacks, but we'll talk about it someday else. There are so many things I've saved for the later videos. This is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep playing.